It's a desert destination that opens up a gateway to the beauty of the Mojave Desert. 29 Palms is a popular Southern California getaway that has much to offer for the adventurous and for those who are looking just to get away from it all. One of the gems of this desert community is the Campbell House Inn, which has a great charm and history that dates back about 100 years. Conceived and constructed through the great love story of Bill and Elizabeth Campbell, this beautiful home takes visitors back into a time of simpler days and provides a beautiful getaway that truly rivals some of the other popular historic California destinations, such as the Mission Inn and the Hotel del Coronado.
The house was actually built by some people by the name of Bill and Elizabeth Campbell. She had come from a very, very wealthy family in Upland, Pennsylvania, and she had married a World War I veteran, and he had mustard gas damage to his lungs, and they were sending World War I veterans to the area. At that time, you could homestead 180 acres, and so they went all over, and they brought along with them a water witch gentleman, which is the two rods, and you walk around, and if the rods start going crazy, there's water there. Well, when they hit this piece of property, it was 180 acres, and it started going nuts, and so they decided to homestead this piece of property. So they pitched a tent right over here in a little circle, and they applied for disability. They got $95 in 1920 or 21, and they decided they could put $5 towards tithings, $5 towards gasoline, $5 towards food, and anything else they could put towards building a bigger home.
But that disability check for Bill Campbell didn't quite launch the construction right away. It wasn't until a large inheritance that fell into the lap of Elizabeth Campbell that the grand plans for their new homestead would be turned into this lovely historic home.
So the house has all Vermont maple floors that were hand-tooled here on the property. They built a big barn. They built another little cottage. It's actually a pretty good-sized cottage to house the workers that came up to help work on the main house.
Today, just about a century later, the Campbell House provides visitors with a beautiful backdrop of the Mojave Desert while providing a peaceful retreat that will soothe the soul with its historic architecture and rich history based on a true love story.
It's the appreciation for the lovely history. I think that's super fun. I think just having the time out, just a little peace and quiet. Most of those rooms have kitchenettes, and I think people appreciate that sometimes when they're trying to have their space. They have, they all have kind of a nice view out into the desert.
Just the magic of knowing that a woman that came from such great wealth would give up that for the love of a man and live out here, and everything that they did was truly done with love. That's what we loved about the property. We loved the vision that they sought after, and they got it, and it was the next generations to continue on the history of it. So,
to book your stay at this charming facility, just go onto their website at visitcampbellhouse.com, and it will be a peaceful stay in the desert that will truly be unforgettable. From 29 Palms, California, this is J.R. Ibarra for Coast to Coast.